guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Jacoby. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you how you can prepare for volleyball tryouts in 2023. Okay, so my first tip is to learn as much as you can on the front end. So, meaning before you even go to tryouts, like I'm talking like months in advance, you want to get like familiar with volleyball. You want to read articles. You want to get familiar with the game, terminology, the rules, how it's scored, like anything that you can get your hands on that's informational. I suggest reading or absorbing as much as you can. Like if I was younger and I was going to tryouts, I would hate to go in like unprepared. I always like to be prepared in some way, so I kind of know what to expect. It kind of like eases my anxiety that way. The more you know on the front end, the better off you'll be. My next tip is to definitely just like invest in a volleyball if you don't have one already. Like I would save up for one or try to find one like at Goodwill or something like that, or you can buy one on like Amazon. But that was like the best like purchase I've ever made, just because I was like what, 12, 11, something like that, and I would like beg my dad. I was like, please give me a volleyball. So he got me one, shout out him, and I like just was outside every day just playing around with the volleyball. I was just like rolling it in my hands. I was just like kind of tossing it up in the air. I had it inside too, but like I wasn't like actually like playing with it because I didn't have any control at that point. But I was just like tossing it around. I just always had it on me. And that's just a great way that you can practice at home by yourself, or at home with your sibling or a friend, your parent, whoever. Okay, that leads me to my next point, is to practice your basics. So I always say that the basics of volleyball are passing, setting, hitting, and serving. Okay, so now what are the two most important in my opinion? I would say what I would focus on first out of those four things would definitely be my serve and my passing, because that is really what like wins volleyball games. Like if you can't serve and if you can't pass, like you can't do the other two things, which is set and hit. You know, like you need to serve and you need to pass. So those are the two things I would definitely focus on primarily in the beginning, because that's something I wish I did, was like focus more on my serve and passing, because like I could hit the ball like fine, like I could set like pretty okay too, but those are things that can be developed over time. Like, but one thing that you would probably want to like, you know, have an idea of serving and passing, because that's also like a really quick way to like impress a coach. It's just like by having your overhand serve already, or like having a good serve, or having good passing skills, because that's like key, very much key. Okay, so another tip is to just like get moving, you know, get your heart rate up a couple times a week. And I'm not saying that you have to like hardcore like condition or like work out before tryouts, like definitely not. But I'm saying like you don't want to be like completely like out of shape and like, you know, kind of like not used to moving your body before you go to tryouts, because at tryouts sometimes, like in my experience, like they ran us like a long time, and they just want to see like maybe who's conditioned or who's not, or but I'm also like, not all coaches do that, but that was just my case. So they just want to see like what kind of condition you're in. So I would suggest like going on a walk or a jog or a run for like maybe like 3 times a week, or like whatever fits your schedule, whatever fits your, you know, fits your time frame. I would do that, just so you don't go to tryouts and you're like shocked and your body's shocked too. Okay, my next piece of advice would be to find a friend to practice with. Now, I had a built-in friend, because my sister was actually the one who taught me how to play volleyball, because she tried out like way before I did, because she's like 3 years older than me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to try, blah blah blah, you know. So she took me outside and she taught me how to pepper, she taught me how to pass, set, hit, like all that stuff. She taught me like everything she knew, and that was like so much fun. So that was my partner, so that's how I kind of got my touch on the ball as well, was with my sister. But you can use your parent, your friend, your neighbor, like anyone you trust really, just because like you don't even need that person to like rally back and forth with you. Like you don't need to pepper with them. Like you can literally have them toss you a ball, you can pass to them and they can just catch it, and that's it. Like they don't have to have volleyball skill to help you. Now that leads me to my next point. If you absolutely like cannot find anyone to work with, that's also perfectly okay, because like sometimes like my sister like wouldn't want to actually be out there with me in like 90-degree weather in Alabama. So I would just go outside and practice with a wall. Like you can just practice with a wall and you and a ball, and you're good to go. Like you can toss against the wall, pass against the wall, serve against the wall, hit, tip, like you can do anything with a wall. It's like a person basically. Also like gets you really good at just kind of like ball control, because like it's just you, so it's like I feel like the more you control the ball, the easier it is, especially when you're practicing with a wall. So that's why I say it's really good for your ball control. So yeah, if you don't have a person, find a wall and preferably outside. Do not do this in your house. I would not do that, like, at all. And if you don't have a wall, there's also another way around it. Like, you can literally just toss the ball to yourself and pass to yourself, set to yourself, like, just in the air, you know? You don't need a wall. All you really need is a ball, to be honest. So that's like the really good thing about volleyball, is that like you can practice and get your touches on the ball pretty much anywhere. Okay, my next tip is to just watch volleyball. Like, watch. So for example, like in the fall months, like I guess like August through like December, yeah, so I guess fall and winter, that is NCAA women's volleyball season. And right now it's January, so like January through like May is men's NCAA volleyball season. And then in the summer it's more like international ball, so like maybe like the VNL or the Volleyball Nations League. I highly suggest watching that. I love watching it every year. But yeah, so volleyball is on year round, y'all, okay? And like club season is in the spring as well, and sometimes and leads into the summer. So volleyball is always on somewhere. It's all over YouTube. You can just Google like college volleyball match 2022 or whatever from like the past season, or you can Google a men's volleyball match or a club match or a high school match, middle school, whatever. Like, there's so much out there that I really encourage y'all to go watch. And how like watching volleyball really helped me, it was just like, I was just like watching the game, you kind of like absorb everything that's going on around you. So like when I was watching, I was like, oh, that's cool, like he or she did this really cool move, like I want to try that. And like, or like you hear them talking a certain way, or like you hear how they communicate or how their body language is. Like, you can just pick up on a lot of things by watching a lot of volleyball. And my last tip is just to be patient. Like, good things come with time, in my opinion. So the longer that you work at something, the better your results will be. So I'm not saying that you need to be outside with your volleyball like 5 hours a day every day. And no, I didn't even do that. Like, I just went out there when I wanted to go out there, but that's like the key word, I wanted to. So you have to want to be better, and you have to want to play volleyball, you know? If you have like self-motivation and you have to drive to like go out and actually practice yourself because you want to be the best you can, then like you will be golden. But that's it for today's video, you guys. I really hope you liked it. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what position you play. That's actually really interesting. I am a middle. Technically, I hate middle. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!